And of course, we have with us to talk about the U.S. colored troops and the Battle of Nashville, Leo Kwame Lillard. And of course, Brother Lillard, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Glad to be here, Dr.
And
Haney.
I hesitated in terms of trying to identify you because there are so many names that we could use in terms of the kinds of situations that you've been involved in and your leadership and et cetera, that it's difficult to simply come up with one word to say that you are this, because you might be this at one moment and next time you're doing something entirely different. Let's give our audience an opportunity this first segment to find out more about some of the things that we're talking about now, about your involvement with whatever, by having you to talk about your background, your education, and some of the things that eventually led you to come here as a representative dealing with the U.S. colored troops in the Battle of Nashville.
Well, you know, I'm a Nashville boy. I went to Carter Lawrence Elementary School and Pearl High, and I got a degree in engineering at A&I in those days in 1961. And of course, because of my involvement in the civil rights struggle, I felt when I finished my degree in '61, and we had basically had victories in the sit-ins, the lunch counters, the sit-ins, the stand-ins. We integrated the movie theaters, integrated the swimming pools, and then of course the Freedom Ride. And I kind of felt it was time to outgrow Nashville. I got my degree from Tennessee State, and I wanted to see a bigger world, so I left here. Kind of chased out a little bit, encouraged to leave by the Klan. So I went to New York City and pursued other educational and primarily universal topics of struggle, injustice, oppression, and kind of broadened my view out about how we fitted in the whole scheme of things as African Americans on a global context. So I got kind of baptized into the radical Pan-African movement in Harlem by Malcolm X and James Baldwin and that whole 1960s intellectual international paradigm of struggle. And when I finished my degrees and had my children in New York City, I decided to come back home in '76. And when I came back home, of course, I was bristling with ideas and just running over with enthusiasm to continue the liberation struggle as opposed to the civil rights struggle. Now, that might be very clear.
Good.
I'm way past civil rights, okay? I'm into liberation of human beings on the globe. There's a big difference in those concepts. So when I came back in '76, I needed to do something.